See, when we discussing related to the timer mode 3, that is split mode, we are talking about the split mode operation of an timer. In this case, here the out of two timers available for 8051, that is timer 0 and timer 1, one timer, that is first timer, timer 0, uses its two registers separately for counting the pulses or incrementing the pulses. That is, here TL0 register is an 8-bit register which uses separate or works as a separate timer, and TH0 register will be acts as a separate timer, and both registers consumes the control signals available in TCON registers. And how they are consumed, we will see. The diagram is like that. If we are considering the TL0 bit, okay, if we are considering the TL0 bit, then circuit related to the turn on the timer, that is gate, start the timer, oscillator pulses, internal, external, same, okay, for the above operations. So here only TL0 uses as a separate timer instead of using combinedly TL and TH. So it will act as a 8-bit timer as its capacity is only 8-bit. Okay. So it will act as a 8-bit timer, and maximum count is also 2 raised to 8, 255, 0 to 255. So for this purpose, in T-mode register, for the two timers, two control bits are there, that is TR0 and TF0 for timer 0. TR means timer run bit, that is turn on the timer and stop the timer. If it is 1, TR is equal to 1, then timer will start. If TR is equal to 0, then timer is stopped. So this TR0 bit is utilized by TL0 in case of mode 3 for run or stop condition. After that, to detect the overflow condition, TF0 flag, one more flag is available in TCON register, that is TF, timer overflow condition, and TF0 is generally used for timer 0 and TF1 is generally used for timer 1. But in case of mode 3, TF0 is used for TH0. I am repeating sentence. In case of mode 3 operation of an timer, that is we are considering timer 0 working in a mode 3. Here TL0 works as a separate 8-bit timer, TH0 works as a separate 8-bit timer, and TL0 uses for its start and stop condition, that is run timer or stop timer, using TR bit, that is TL0 uses TR0 as a run bit or stop bit, and TH0 uses TR1 bit as a run stop bit, and for detection of overflow condition, TH0 uses TF1. So understand that all the 4 control bits available in TCON register as a higher nibble. You remember, higher nibble part is related to timer and lower nibble part is related to the interrupts. Okay, so these 4 bits are utilized by timer 0 only. These 4 bits are utilized by timer 0 only, that too using separate register as a separate timers. So 0th bit, that is TR0 and TF0, used by TL0 bit or TL0 timer, and TR1 and TH1 bits are used by TH0 timer. Okay, TH0 timer. So when we using mode 3, these 4 control bits are utilized by timer 0 only, and after that, if you want to use timer 1 again as a separate identity, that is we have already taken the 2 timers from timer 0, separate 8-bit timers, and for these 2 timers we have consumed 4 control bits from TCON register, that is TR0 and TF0 for TL0 and TR1 and TF1 for TH0. TH0 is a part of timer 0 only, but it consumes the control bits from timer 1, as we have already seen in the mode 0, 1 and 2. But in case of mode 3, all 4 bits are consumed by timer 0 as a separate timers. So again, if we want to use timer 1 as an counter or incrementer, whatever, various applications, in that case no control signals are available for timer 1. That is, timer 1's control bits are already consumed by TH0 timer, that is this bit. Okay, so this register consumes the 2 control bits from the timer 1. Generally we are using for timer 1. So while using timer 1 as a counter or timer, in that case we are not able to control with the help of start bit, with the help of stop bit, or detection of overflow condition. So uncontrolled condition is there for timer 1, and this condition is used in serial communication protocols. That is where we want to specify or initially predefine the baud rate. Baud rate is nothing but number of bits transmitted per second. Okay, so in case of serial communication, when we require, or generally we talking 2400, 4800, 9600 baud rate is there. So these numbers or these number of bits are transmitted per second, and they are defined in uncontrolled timer. So here does not require to start the bit or stop the bit, that is start the timer, stop the timer, as these bits are utilized by timer 0, that is TH0. So when we want to use timer 1, and that too we are able to use in serial communication protocols. So in this case, that is mode 3, we are able to generate 3 different timers. Keep in mind, 3 different timers. First 2 timers are from timer 0 and splitted form, 8 bit, 8 bit. Lower register 8 bit, TL0. Higher register 8 bit, TH0. And these 2 registers consumes 4 control bits available in TCON register, that is for TL0, TR0 and TF0, and for TH0, TR1 and TF1. So all these 4 bits are consumed by timer 0 only. And again, if we want to use another timer, that is second timer is available or not now in idle state. So if we want to utilize this timer, that is timer 1, so in this case we are able to utilize this timer as a baud rate selector or baud rate specifier register. So baud rate value is defined in this timer, and it will be automatically counted up to this value. So in case of mode 3, 3 modes are possible, or 3 different timers are possible, but that too restricted in a 8-bit controlled and 16-bit uncontrolled timer mode. So this is related to the timer mode 3. So here it is mentioned that T0 requires or takes 2 separate 8 bits, and it uses, see, lower uses T0 and higher uses TH0, that is control bits from T1, that is TH0. So no control signal available for T1. That's why we are able to use timer 1 as a for baud rate generation purpose. Okay, so this is regarding the timer mode 3 operation. That is, here till now we have completed the timer mode 0, 1, 2 and 3. So after that we will see, is it clear timer mode 3? Hello? Hello? Okay, so in case of mode 3, generally use where we want different timers, but the range is restricted up to the 8 bit. This is the limitation of mode 3, as well as advantage is 3 different category we can specify, that is 2 timers, and another timer is related to the baud rate generation. So generally we go for baud rate generation with the help of this method, that is timer mode 3 and that to timer 1. So after that we see some steps related to timer operations and how to generate a delay as per the requirement. So whenever we want to use timer as an delay generation unit, see, when we want to use timer as a delay generation unit or delay calculating unit, in this case as we have seen that tmod and tcon are the registers used for timer operations. So first step is that out of two timers you have to select one timer, either timer 0, either timer 1, and the timer is selected in tmod register. Okay, so tmod decides which timer is selected. If we are considering that lower nibble, in that case you have to write the content in lower nibble only and make higher nibble 0 0 0. All fours are 0 and remaining 4 bits from the lower nibble side, that is D0 to D3 from tmod register. So mention the timer mode and whatever. So first step is you have to first analyze or define, identify which timer you require, either timer 0, either timer 1. So selection of timer is first. After that, select the mode of operation. Next step is to select the mode of operation. That is, if you want to use the timer in mode 0, then select mode 0. If you want to use timer mode 1, then you select timer mode 1 or timer mode 2 or timer mode 3. So how it is selected? With the help of M0 and M1 bits available in tmod register. So for both timers, separate M0 and M1 bits are available. So as per your requirement, if you want to use mode 1, then make 0 0 M0 and M1. If you want to make mode 1, then 0 1, after that mode 2 1 0, and for mode 3 1 1. So 2-bit combination is there, that is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So according to your requirement, whether you want to use the timer in 16-bit mode, 13-bit mode, 8-bit auto reload mode, or baud rate generation, that is split mode. So as per requirement you select the mode of operation by mentioning 0 and 1 in the respective bits. So after selection of mode, you have to start your timer by setting the TR bit. When we are using timer 0, you have to select the TR0 bit, that is set TR0 bit, and when we are using the timer 1, in that case you have to select the TR1 bit, that is set TR1 bit to start the timer. So after turning on or setting the TR bit, you are able to count the pulses, whatever the internal or external. If we are taking consideration of internal, in that case we say the timer, and if we are considering the external pulses, in that case we say the working as a counter. So start the timer with the help of timer run bit, that is TR bit. Okay, after that you have to keep monitoring the status of TF flag, either TF0 or TF1. So when it reaches to the maximum count and +1 value, then it will generate an overflow signal by setting TF flag. So whenever we receive TF flag, you have to stop your timer by clearing the TR bit, and then next cycle is to be continued. So keep monitoring the status of TF flag. Whenever it overflows, that is count reaches to the maximum +1, whether it is 8-bit, 13-bit or 16-bit, whatever. So whenever it reaches to the maximum +1, it will generate an interrupt at TF, and it will indicate that your timer is overflow. You should carry for the next cycle. So keep monitoring, and after that you have to clear the timer overflow flag also. After clearing or stop the timer, that is clear TR bit, then you should also clear the timer overflow flag for analyzing or monitoring the next cycle. So again make CLR TF. So this is the procedure or steps for generation of any kind of delay. So for this purpose we will see in the next part, that is while we going for the generation of delay for writing the programs, that is 1 millisecond, 1 second, like this. Okay, so just here we mentioned the steps for generation of an delay. So the procedure for steps, writing steps in delay generation, have you cleared? Hello? Hello? Okay. See, when we consider if you want to generate a delay of 1 millisecond. Okay, so first condition is your requirement is generation of delay of 1 millisecond. So what things need to be analyzed from controller side? That is, you have to select the delay, either internal oscillator pulses or external oscillator pulses. So for generation of delay, first condition or basic condition is that you have to select internal mode or external mode. And before that, we are having our 8051 consists of two timers. So, and both timers are working in similar manner or similar fashion. Working principle for both timers is same. So, it's your turn or choice to select the required timer. If you want to use timer 0, then select timer 0. From this, I will share screen with in screen whether the pages are visible to you or not. Hello. Mode 3, 1 minute. So now what you are seeing that pages, I think. Okay. Limit off. So first thing, if suppose delay of 1 second, this is your required. Okay, 1 second delay is required. After that, first step is select either T0 or T1. If we are selecting T1, sorry T0, for that purpose in your T mode register, total 8 bits are there. First is M0, then M1, C oblique T bar, and then gate. This is your D0, D1, D2, D3. Similar cases happen in case of timer mode 1, M1, C oblique T bar, and gate. So this is your D7 bit. Okay, 6, 5, 4, D4 bit. Okay, so from these bits you have to first, if we want to use the D0 as your T0 as a timer, then you keep in mind that only these bits are, so make all these 4 bits from higher side or higher nibble, make 0 as we are using timer 0. So make these bits to the 0, and after that, which mode you want to prefer? Suppose highest bits are available are 16 bit, and in which mode? M1, mode 1. And for mode 1, which combination is there? That is for 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So this is your mode 1 combination, mode 0 combination, mode 2 and mode 3. So here you want to write 0 1. Okay, clear? For selection of mode 1, timer has a 16 bit. Is it clear? Hello? Okay, so for selection of timer, we have selected the mode 1. So 0 1 from timer 0. So while using timer 0, make another timer equals to 0 0 0, all bits 0. After that, for selection of mode, we need to analyze these two bits, that is first two bits, D0 and D1. So In this case, for 0 1 we have specified that mode 1. After that, if we want to use as a counter, that is counting external pulses, make this bit 1, or if you want to use as a timer, then make this bit as a 0. So this bit is 0, as we are requesting to use as a timer, and that to counting the internal oscillator pulses. So C oblique T bar becomes 0. After that, if we want to use external interrupt signal for analyzing the timer or starting the timer, in that case you should make this bit is equal to 1. But if you are not requiring any kind of external pulses which are required, so in that case you should make gate is equal to 0. So generally we don't care the external interrupt signals or pulses. So you should make gate is equal to 0. C oblique T bar is 0 when we use timer, and this is related to mode selection. So now we have selected the timer 0 mode 1, timer 0 mode 1, and external interrupts are don't care condition. External interrupts are at don't care condition. Okay, so the bit combination is, if we are considering all zeros binary, that is 0, and from this 0 0001 means 1. So combination is 0 1 H value. Okay, so this number should be mentioned in TMOD register. So whenever we are writing move TMOD comma hash 01H, so 01H is nothing but your timer 0 is selected, mode 1 is selected, and external interrupts are at don't care condition. Okay, and reverse case, when we use timer 1 and mode 1, so what will be the combination? Suppose this gate is 0, C oblique T bar is 0, and for mode 1 same combination is there 0 1, and for timer 0, as we are selected now timer 1, that is T1 mode, in that case our timer 0 bits remains 0 0. आपण एका वेळी एकच टाइमर सिलेक्ट करतोय, एक आयदर टाइमर 0 और टाइमर 1. आता सेकंड केसला काय केलंय, टाइमर 1 सिलेक्ट केलाय. So T1 is selected. So in that case you should make T0 all bits, that is D0 to D3 0 0 0. After that for D4, D5, D6 and D7. So here D7 bit is there. So what will be the combination? Here 1, here 0. So 1 0 H for TMOD. So what will be the number hex value which will be loaded in TMOD? 10H, that is 10H, when we want to use timer 1 with mode 1. Timer 1 mode 1. So in this case, as this, that is 10H for timer 1 and 01H for timer 0. So if you are looking at the number, whatever number is coming, so when we select, when we select the timer 1, so here lower side becomes 0. This bit becomes, lower nibble becomes 0 when timer 1 is selected. And when timer 0 is selected, higher nibble or higher bit in case of hex value becomes 0. So number whatever coming is here. If you change the mode only, so here we have writing suppose 10, that is mode 2. Here mode 2. What will be the combination in case of mode 2? It is 20H. In case of mode 2, timer 1. And in case of timer 0, 02H, that is mode 2, timer 0. Are you getting these four combinations? Hello? Clear आहे का आता? So selection of timer and mode. आता जेव्हा आपण जेव्हा विचार करतोय की टायमर सिलेक्ट करायचा आहे. म्हणून आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, आउट ऑफ दीज टू टायमर्स फर्स्ट यू हॅव टू सिलेक्ट द टायमर. कारण दोघांचं स्टेटस सगळं सेम आहे, बीट सगळे सेम आहेत. त्यासाठी काय करायला लागणार आहे, अगोदर टायमर सिलेक्ट करायचं, 0 किंवा 1. सपोज 0 केला, जेव्हा आपण 0 म्हणतोय तेव्हा लगेचच हायर निबलचे सगळे 0 0 करून टाकायचे. ते आपल्याला काही विचारात घ्यायचे नाहीये. त्याच्यानंतर मग आपल्याला जे काही सेटिंग करायचंय, मोड सिलेक्ट करायचंय, टायमर काउंटर करायचं, एक्स्ट्रा इंटरप्ट करायचे, तर ते काय करायचे तुम्ही इथंच करायचे ह्या 4 बीटमध्ये. मग त्या 4 बीटमध्ये पहिले 2 बीट असतील मोडचे, त्याच्यानंतर टायमर काउंटर. मोस्टली आपण हे 0च ठेवतो कारण आपण टायमर म्हणून यूज करतो आणि याचा पण जास्त यूज करत नाही म्हणून 0च असतं. म्हणजेच तुमचं कॉम्बिनेशन काय बनणार आहे, मोड 0 साठी 00H, मोड 1 साठी 01H, मोड 2 साठी 02H अँड मोड 3 साठी 11 म्हणजे काय येईल 03H. हे असेल तुमचं टायमर 0 चे कॉम्बिनेशन. टायमर